Hi everybody, welcome to J&S Farms, and today I am going to be continuing my So You Want to Homestead series, and this will be video number 16, and today I will be talking to you about the importance of community on a homestead. Now, to me, community is a very important thing. It comes in very handy. And here on YouTube we have a channel, it is the Big Family Homestead, and they have done an excellent job at building an online community for homesteading. And it's called the Homestead Network, and if you get a chance, please go check that out. They do live chats for everybody to join in. And I will try to leave a link in the description box below to their website. So I will try to get that done for you. Please go check that out. It is very awesome, the online community that they have created, and Brad and Tommy have worked very hard building this community, and I think it's absolutely fantastic that people from all over the country can weigh in and get their opinions heard and things like that. So please go check that out. Now, as far as my opinions on community, they are my opinions, and you can just kind of take from them what you will. First off, nobody can do homesteading 100% by themselves. You will eventually at some point need somebody to help you. And that is, it can be with anything. Whether you need an extra set of hands to hold something while you fix something, or you need advice or anything like that. So you will at some point need somebody in your life around you to help you. And the very definition of community is a unified body of people. So to me, it's just something that's it's a feel-good kind of thing to me anyway, to have people around you that care about you. And it can be anybody. Like I said, you can have your online community. You can have friends and family or neighbors, or, that could be all rolled into one. You build your community around you for the support that you need. So, see, just chewing up a stick. Anyway, so why build a community? Well, like I said, at some point you are going to need somebody to help you. Whether you need to borrow something from somebody. Maybe you need a specific piece of machinery, and as some of you know, on a homestead, a specific piece of machinery can be very expensive. So if you have a neighbor, say, has a piece of machinery that you don't, and it's expensive to buy that machinery, you can say, hey, can I borrow your machinery, and maybe I can give you this. Or you can set up a bartering system with your neighbors, friends, whatever. Bartering systems are great on a homestead. You can barter anything. You can barter your skills, your experience, physical things like eggs or fresh produce from the garden or anything. The sky's the limit. Let's see here. Oh, babysitting is another thing that you can barter. I know that's one thing that I use for a bartering system, is I offer to watch people's kids in exchange for things. And it's great to have neighbors that are part of your community, because you can get to know somebody and you can get to trust them. And I don't know about you guys, but I have to really trust somebody before I will leave any of my animals in someone else's care, if I have to leave for an extended period of time. Doesn't happen very often, and when I'm gone, I'm always, you know, wonder what's going on at home kind of thing. So it's a great way to have that option if you have to leave your homestead for an extended period of time. You know you can trust these people with your animals, and they will do, or they will abide by your instructions that you leave them with. You can go to them for advice. Now, that one I kind of caution you on, because free advice sometimes is not always the best advice. Sometimes it is. It just depends on how much you trust the person that you're getting the advice from, what their experience level is, and how trustworthy they are, and things like that. But getting advice from people is kind of essential on a homestead, because sometimes you're just in a conundrum and you just throw your hands in the air and say, okay, I need an outsider's perspective on this specific problem. So, you will also need companionship. Sometimes you just need somebody to talk to, a shoulder to cry on, whatever it may be. Having somebody there to, you know, just listen is sometimes the most beneficial thing of having your own community around you. To me, that's kind of a big important thing as far as the community aspect goes. So, sorry about the wind, guys. It's kind of hit and miss today, but it's nice outside, so I wanted to do some of the videos outside. What kind of person do you want in your community? That is a question you need to ask yourself, and the answers are going to be different for every single person. But somebody that I want in my community, that I consider to be a homesteading friend, first of all, I need to be able to trust them. What is their level of trustworthiness? Is this person an honest person? Will they tell me straight up, even if it's something that I don't want to hear? Are they going to tell me, you know, what I need to hear versus what they think I need to hear? Honesty goes a long way with me, even if it's something that I particularly don't want to hear. So, dependability is big for me. I have to be able to depend on somebody. And all of these things are really kind of tied in together, but the dependability of a person is very important. And is this person going to be on call? For me, if any of my neighbors call me 1 a.m. and wake me up, say they have a cow that's calving, and they need assistance, I'm getting up out of bed, getting dressed, and going down there. I don't care what time of night it is. And I have had the situation where somebody called me at 5 a.m. My cow has got a breech calf. Alright, I'll be there. They didn't even have to ask me to come. I went. Unfortunately, in that situation, the calf was already dead, and it was just a matter of getting the calf out safely so that the cow, we were able to save the cow, and things like that. So, if you want to be part of a community, that's something that is really an important thing, and something to think about. You always want to be on call for your community members, day or night, and for any situation. Whether or not you just have to stand there and hold a rope, or you have to reach up in a cow to reposition a calf, or dog. Sorry, guys. Now I have a wet backside. Train of thought. Ziva. Enough. Okay. Anyway, always be on call. And if you are going to expect these things out of people in your community, you should be willing and able to give these things readily to these people. So anything that you expect out of a person in your community, you should be willing to do for the same for them. Now, the neighbor thing. You can't choose your neighbors. Sometimes neighbors are forced upon you. If you don't get along with those neighbors, it's best just to be friendly, but limit your contact with those neighbors. You know, if you have issues with neighbors with dogs that like to roam and kill your livestock, I know in most states it's legal for you to defend your livestock with deadly force against predators or stray dogs or anything like that. That can really create some tension between neighbors. I have not had the issue with this here. I have in the past, but most people that live in the country will understand. And if you get people from the cities moving out to the country, that's where you kind of had the problem with the farm smells and noises and things like that. I know one of my friends had some people from the city move in next to her, and they took up issue with their roosters, and they sent them strongly worded letters like, you know, we're gonna do this, this, and this if you don't get rid of your roosters. They're noisy. Ultimately, she did not have to get rid of her roosters. They even called the police on them. The police said, "Hey, you moved to the country, deal with it," basically. And you can get into situations where neighbors are just horrible neighbors. You just have to deal with them. My philosophy is, if you don't particularly like them, be cordial. Try to get along with them as best you can, and just avoid contact with them unless it's absolutely necessary. I got exceptionally lucky. I like all of my neighbors. They're all nice people, easy to get along with, and most of them have been here for a very long time. We are the newbies in our community. Most everybody here has been here for many years, and this property was unowned for a very long time. But anyway, because we did buy this as a foreclosure, so and be respectful to your community when you move into it, and a lot of communication goes a long way with people, and country folk just really enjoy standing and talking. You know, I have a neighbor down the road. She's 80 years old. I try to make it a point to go down there and visit with her at least every couple weeks. She does live there alone. Her husband is deceased. And I take her some garden produce every time I go. And I set aside a block of time to go down there, because I know that I will be there for at least an hour, because we have to catch up on all of the gossip. And she's just a really neat lady, and I love talking to her. And anyway, your elders in your community, I feel it's very important to take care of them and learn from them. So just kind of, I don't know, talk with your neighbors, get to know them, make them part of your community. It makes things a lot easier. I've had to call upon my neighbors, they've called upon me, and it just works out fantastically. So, the easiest way to build a community is to be the person that you want in your community. I think I already touched on that, but that's what I have in my notes here. Be the person that you want in your community, and your community will grow, and it will grow quickly. So, Now, way back when, community was one of those things that people depended upon to survive. And not to get too preachy, but I think the way our country is now, sometime soon we may depend upon that again. So having those systems, communities already set up and in place and happening and, you know, together already is a great thing. I think it's a very sad thing, the loss of the sense of community in this country. I grew up in a family where community and family was the biggest thing. We were a very large family, we're loud. Yes, we don't get along all the time, but, you know, it's part of it. You may, you know, get irritated with something a neighbor does or somebody in your community does, but you know what? At the end of the day, you should be able to trust that person, and they trust you. And anyway, so I am just rambling now, but I just thought I would kind of throw my 2 cents in and talk about the importance of community the way I think it should be, and let you know about the Homestead Nation. It is the online community, and really I think it's going to help out a lot of people in building a community near themselves. It gets them used to putting themselves out there, and because that sometimes for people is the hardest part, is putting yourself out there and really getting to know somebody, a complete and total stranger. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the community thing. I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and I apologize about the wind. And if you have any questions, please comment below. And you guys have a good day and take care. We'll talk to you later. Bye.